Hello, welcome back. How's everybody doing today in the world of learning to be a better guitarist? So, a couple of weeks ago, we lost another guitarist from many, many years ago. It came out when I started playing guitar when I was like 13 or 14, Rick Derringer. Rick Derringer was known for rock and roll HoochieCoo, kind of put him on the map, but he was in a band, what were they called? McCoys, I believe. They had a song, Hang On Sloopy, that was a hit. And that might have been in the late 60s. But when I was 14, 15, we were so fortunate here in Baltimore County that we had a venue called Painters Mill Music Fair. And they had all the big bands come through there. I got to see Black Sabbath and Fleetwood Mac and Emerson, Lake and Palmer, C-Train, Johnny Winter, Edgar Winter, on and on and on. Different jazz artists, Ashford and Simpson. And it was like 2 miles from where we lived, and it was only held about 2,000, 3,000 people. It was in the round. We actually got to sit right up on the floor in front of the stage for most of the shows. And I remember distinctly seeing Rick Derringer. I think he was with Johnny Winter the first time, and I might have even seen him there a second time with Edgar Winter's White Trash. So I thought, just in his memory, we would just go through a little bit of rock and roll HoochieCoo. There's different ways to play it. I've seen a video of him, and you can, you play E7th different places, and there's little riffs here and there. But it's in A. If you're going to solo along with it, you're going to play in A. I'm not hooking up, my distortion or any effects right now. I'm just going to go over some of the, the chords, and we'll just get you introduced to Rick Derringer. You can look him up. He played some with a lot of different people. He did some stuff with Steely Dan. So here we go. We're going to start on F major with a pedal note, G, and then A, all major, or major 7. Dominant 7. A little riff. And then we hit an E7. And it just keeps repeating. So what am I doing? Just going to go through it quick. If you really want more of an extensive lesson, we could do one-on-one, we could do Zoom. I'd love to have some new students. And so we're doing the F, G, A, and does that a lot. The little riff, pretty close to it. Maybe don't have it exactly. But I start on an open E into the G. And then I have an open A. Open A, back to G, C, A, G, A. And then when it goes after that, back to the F, it adds the C before the G. And then it stops. Little scratching, and then I'm just doing E, 2nd fret, D string, 3rd fret, E string, and I'm just kind of just going back and forth for half step below the E7, and I'm hitting that bass note. And then the riff during the verse is basically A, C, D, C, major. It just just does that over and over again. And in between each, it does the riff. Starting with A, chromatic down from E to D to C, back to the A. Or you can do it every other time. He might do it a little different. You're always starting on the A, down to the G, and then you go chromatic down from E to D to C. Or you can play it up high. You can play it different places, but that's basically it. There's a couple solos that go on in the middle, and it's just rock and roll HoochieCoo. A little bit of Rick Derringer, a little bit of history of Rick Derringer, a little bit of history of me, seeing Rick Derringer. Love seeing you here. Hope you're enjoying the videos. Tips are always cool. If you need private lessons, I'm available on Zoom or other ways that we could see each other. Any questions, anything you want to learn, I'd like to help you out. We'll see you next time. Keep playing. Keep practicing.